After your getting out of high school and going through all your odd jobs, how old were you when you first got married?
21.
Where were you working at?
Kingston Products in Webster.
Where your dad worked?
He worked at Northern Indiana Supply Company.
Oh, where did you meet her?
Oh, where did I meet my first wife?
Your first wife. I should just say, what was her name? So
Connie Sue Glass.
Okay, where did you first meet her?
I met her at Bill's drugstore. I had gone to church with my uncle and aunt and their kids, and the kids' school lasted a little longer, so we walked the 2 blocks down to Washington Street and went in this little soda shop, drugstore. And she was the waitress there. She ran the whole thing. You could get ham salad sandwiches or hamburgers, sodas.
She ran it like as manager or owner?
She was just a kid. She was just 15.
Oh.
But the boss, wasn't there. She ran it. And of course, the drug department, if they sold medicine, was closed. I can't remember. They called it a drug store. I thought it was a soda fountain because it had a bar with stools, and you could go in there and get a great big tall soda with whipped cream and a cherry on top. We walked down there, and that's where she worked. And she was pretty.
Alright, well, how did you guys eventually start talking?
It's been a long time. It's hard for me to remember.
Well, I'm guessing you guys smiled at each other, eventually exchanged numbers, or... I was gonna say, did they have phones back then?
Yeah, they had phones back then. The kind with numbers that you had to
oh
put
yeah,
your finger in and dial.
Vintage.
Oh, vintage. They were right up to date for me.
So how long did your courtship last till marriage? How long? Yeah.
Less than a year. Because she was still 15 when we got married, and she turned 16. Okay, we got married like June the 8th, and June the 30th, she turned 16. My son just went to take a drink of his Mountain Dew, and he hit the table and made the camera rock and roll. That's the kind of family we are.
Klutz.
We are klutzy, and we are weird. Because we are Van Briggles.
In our DNA.
Oh yeah, it's in the DNA.
Alright, how old were you when you had your first child?
9 months after I was married.
So, 22? You got married at 21,
yeah.
About 9 months, about 22. Alright, what was the first thought in your head when you found out she was pregnant?
Yay!
That's completely opposite than my first thought when I found out I was going to have Jack. It was like, oh my god, my parents are going to kill me.
I was married.
Yeah, you were married. It was.
I wanted to start a family.
Oh yeah. So.
Because I was an only child. I didn't have any kids
So you wanted
around me.
Big family.
I wanted a big family. And luckily, you could just look at her and walk past her and she became pregnant. I mean, she, at the drop of a dime, she was pregnant.
So you got just what you were wanting.
At that time, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted my life to be about.
Who was your first child?
My first child was stillborn, and his name was Randy Allen. And I was in there during labor, before the birth, and I went running to the nurse and told her something was wrong at least 4 or 5 times. I said he was active, and then all of a sudden, nothing. And I said, that seems like a struggle and a defeat.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, oh no, that's natural. Happens all the time. Nothing to worry about. And the cord wrapped around his neck. So when they took her in the delivery room, the farther he got down the canal, the tighter the cord around his neck got. So he was born dead. And it was devastating. I cried like a baby.
I can kind of imagine. But after that, you had Kim.
Yeah, about a year later. Yeah, Kimberly Sue, who was named after her mommy, Connie Sue.
And then after Kim,
Lori.
Well, would you like to go down the line?
Then Robin.
Alright.
And then my late son, Tony Wayne. And then, I don't know how many years later, maybe 2 years later, Misty. And somewhere later, I was divorced. I was living with a very nice lady that I met at a bar who worked there. And unbeknownst to me, I had another baby on the way. And by that time I had broken up with this lady and met your mama, Tina Gordon. And she had been married and divorced once.
Let's not jump ahead too far.
And I had been married and divorced once.
When you were living with your first wife and you had your kids, is there Any special memories that you have, like as vacations, trips?
We
to
didn't know.
parks?
We didn't know what vacations were.
Well, trips to
Because
the park.
my mom never. I mean, my mom and dad. Yeah, they never told me what a vacation was. I had never heard of a vacation, and naturally, every year or so when I was growing up, we went to Mississippi. A couple times or a few times we drove, Mom, Dad, and me, but I didn't know that was a vacation. And there's a few times just Mom and I went down on Greyhound bus because Dad couldn't get off or something. But like I said, that it wasn't like a vacation. It was a trip to see my grandparents.
Family trip, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well, do you have any memories of, like, playing catch or football in the backyard? Like, activities you and the kids used to do, like, even go out and lay a blanket in the backyard and have a picnic? Any memories, kind of?
I don't have memories of that.
Get your nose out of the camera. Camera ham.
Camera ham. Premier movie star.
Alright, when you finally divorced Connie,
No.
where did you live?
I stayed in the house because it was my mom's down payment and all that. But I told her that she could take everything out of the house because her and Miss Dawn Beatty didn't have furniture.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't see her and my kids going without a refrigerator and a bed, you know.
The necessities.
Of life, yeah, necessities of life. So I told her she could have anything in there, and she did. She emptied the whole house, and that was okay because you know where they used to. You walk down the hall and there's 2 sliding doors, and your washer and your dryer and your water heater is there. Well, I lived there. I slept there. I mean.
So kind of sleeping in a closet.
Yeah.
Because it's not very big. Probably smaller than a one-size bedroom.
Well, yeah, it's smaller than a bedroom.
So
but it was plenty big enough for me because the washer and dryer were gone. I mean, it was big, and I felt pretty safe sleeping there at night by myself. And it, you know, I think I felt safer than I would in a big empty room.
Yeah.
Even a bedroom.
Kind of makes sense. Your little nook.
Yeah, it was cozy. Now, I still had the pool table. It was an old-fashioned, full-size regulation pool table that I bought used, and let's see. I think Frank Walker, he was married to Connie's sister. He helped me, you know, haul it and bring it and set it up. It must have been him because all the rest of them were too young to have boyfriends big enough to help.
Alright, we're going to have to stop here because the battery is running low. We'll be right back.
So long.